now we're recording.
So we're at a 7.5 second cycle
Okay.
per side. Running 7.5 seconds per side. Cycle time for this auto normally is about 20 seconds per side. To get the speed without running out of hydraulic volume, we've added a 7-gallon accumulator and tied it in to the secondary manifold. This is your primary manifold. This is where we tied in the accumulator. The secondary manifold that controls both open close and carriage in and out. When the system dumps, because of the location, the accumulator dumps pressure too, so it maintains the safety functions. As far as the heads leaking, on this extruder, this gearbox, we added a 25,000 shim inside to raise it up because the melt pipe going into the head was off by about almost 3/4 of an inch. But because of the lean, by raising it up, it made up that distance. The view stripe extruder was down almost a full inch. We had to raise that all the way up to get that mating surface to meet the head properly.
And then we'll get into that.
Notice there's no hesitation at all on either side. Motions are very smooth. Have been repaired. So that they heat with the full voltage. We found about 2/3 of the heaters either bad wiring or bad heaters completely. 2 zones had bad solid state relays.
Let's run the programmer. This, you can hear the fans running. The fans are all working properly. 2 of the fans had shorted wiring
repaired the wiring. The fans are actually okay. One of the fans were at bolts, the whole housing bolts to the heater band was all stripped out, so I took it apart, retapped all the holes a little bit bigger with the M8 tap and put all new bolts in it. It's secured properly. All the rest of the heater bands have all the correct amount of bolts. They're all tight. On the heater bands themselves, I found 7 broken wires. I also replaced 7 heater bands that were burned out, and then corrected all the wiring so it has the correct terminals. A lot of the terminals, they had the correct terminals, but the improper crimping. So I used the proper tool to crimp them so that they stay tight. A lot of them, the wires are just pulling right out. This zone, when I tried to put it back together, it was about 3/4 of an inch too low. This is slotted, so I was able to raise it up in the slots and get it to line up properly. And then I set the distance of the pipes correctly. This one here was, the center was correct, but the distance of these plates was incorrect. So this plate is supposed to be back so that the surface internally of the internal pipe is supposed to connect to the head, not the plate. If the plate's touched, you don't get the proper seal. So these were all corrected on both sides. The one on this side, when we went to put it back together, it was way down here. This pipe was actually 3/4 of an inch too low also. We put a 1/4 inch set of shims underneath that extruder, and that corrected that. All the fans have been fixed. All the heaters have been fixed. 2 heating zones had bad solid state relays. Those have been replaced. So now everything heats with the full 480 volts like they're supposed to. As you can see, all the hydraulics have been corrected. All the pressures have been set so that both sides are running even. I think at this point, the machine's ready to go back to the customer and go back into production.